Hello, Michael Lund coming at you. I'm over here on Rice Street in St. Paul. And what I've done is I've decided to do short, documentary, handheld videos I'm going to shoot. Right now we're at 537 Rice Street. Now this is historic for St. Paul and Rice Street. This was quite the famous meat market at one time in the 1970s and prior to that. I first found out about it in the early 1970s. I used to come in here, and they used to actually have Minnesota Vikings 8x10 photographs. They would give meat to the Minnesota Vikings. So both walls, which if we look in here, we can barely see through the reflection. You can see in there a little bit, but the far wall down here to my left was all Minnesota Vikings. The old Vikings, Joe Cap, Carl Eller, a lot of unknown guys, Mark Mullaney. At one time, this was a hot spot here on Rice Street. Anytime I was down here with friends, I'd say, we gotta go over to Capital City Meats. We gotta go in there. I gotta show you all these Viking pictures and all this history that was here. Now, this is long gone, as with most of the history here in St. Paul on Rice Street. At one time, this was so active. You had Minnesota Vikings driving all over from Minnesota coming here to get meat. Now, sadly, as you can see, this is gone. And what at one time was a personalized, proud painting of the owner and his business sign here on Rice Street has now been defaced, disrespected. And the pride that he felt, I'm sure, the very first day that he had this sign put up and he looked at it with his family, and now he's had his face colored in. His shop is a shell of what it once was, and the history's gone. That's what happens in life. History goes. But people like me, we feel adamant about keeping it around. So, if you're ever on Rice Street in St. Paul, you happen to go by 537 Rice Street. Remember, at one time it was a huge, successful business in the area. Now it's faded into the concrete.